Okay, so now we're going to move into multiplying and dividing when you're dealing with your trinomials and your binomials. All right, so to start with, we'll do x squared, and then we're going to multiply it by 2x plus 3y minus 6. So here, you're going to multiply your term by everything inside the parentheses. So x squared times 2x is 2x to the third, because remember, we're adding together our exponents. X squared times 3y, positive 3x squared y, and remember to put it in alphabetical order. And then x squared times negative 6 is negative 6x squared. So very simple, very easy to do. So sometimes you'll come across one that's a little bit more complicated, and it's a binomial multiplied by a trinomial. All right, so you'll do the exact same thing. It's just a bigger step, bigger process. All right, so you're going to still multiply your first term by everything inside your second. So x times 3x squared, x times 2xy, and x times 2y squared. Okay, so x times, not that dark. So x times 3x squared is 3x to the third. Okay, and then x, that takes care of that one. Then x times negative 2xy. It's going to be negative 2x squared y. And then x times positive 2y squared. So positive 2x y squared. All right, so then you're going to do the same thing with your second term. Where did all of that go? Okay, I'll just rewrite it. I don't know where all that just went. 2x squared y plus 2y squared. All right, so we're going to change the color maybe. All right, I don't know what I did. I erased it clearly. All right, so this is a negative y. So negative times the 3x squared, negative y times negative 2xy, and negative y times positive 2y squared. So remember, I will add together any like terms. So I want to kind of go ahead and arrange those as I'm writing them down. So negative y times 3xy is negative 3x squared y. Negative y times negative 2xy is going to be positive 2xy squared. And then negative y times positive 2y squared is going to be negative, and I'm going to run out of room, 2y to the third. All right, so then I'm going to add my like terms here, and my final answer will be 3x to the third. There's nothing to add with the x to the third. Then I have a negative 2x squared y and a negative 3x squared y. So negative 5x squared y. And then negative xy squared, or I meant positive 2xy squared, positive 2xy squared. It's going to be a positive 4xy squared. And then bring down the negative 2y to the third. Okay, so that is your final answer on that. So now let's say that we are going to divide this. Or divide a number, not this one. Okay, I don't know why that won't go away. My screen is locked somehow. I don't know how I locked it. Okay. All right, so let's say I've got a plus 5. And I'm going to divide it by a squared minus a minus 30. So remember in this, you just worry about your first terms, okay? So this one and this one currently. All right? So a squared divided by a is a. So the first thing I'm going to do is multiply by a. A times a is a squared. A times positive 5 is positive 5a. I'm going to subtract. It's going to change that to a negative. Those are going to cancel. And I'm going to have negative 6a. All right, so then I'm going to just do the same thing. 6a divided by a, my first. I'm sorry, negative 6a. It's going to give me negative 6. So the negative 6 times a is negative 6a. Negative 6 times 5 is going to be negative 30. I'm subtracting, so it changes that to a positive and that to a positive, leaving me with 0. And that is your final answer. Okay. Moving right along. Let's say that we had one that was 5x squared times 6a squared y over 25 cx squared divided by 12 a to the 4th x over 35 c y. How do I do that one? So the first thing that you do is you flip this last term. This one right here. You're going to flip that over so that that division sign becomes a multiplication sign. So your new problem is 5x squared times 6a squared y over 25 cx squared times 35 cy over 12a to the 4th x. So from here, you just want to go ahead and cancel any of your like terms that you have and then multiply. So I always cancel first and then multiply. You can multiply and then cancel, completely up to you. But I have a 5 here and I have a 25 here. So that 5 becomes a 1. This 25 becomes a 5. X squared and x squared go away. There's a c in my denominator here. And there's a c in my numerator here. So those are going to go away. So I've got rid of everything in this denominator here. So I just need to move over to the 12a to the 4th x. So 6 goes into 12. So that 6 becomes a 1. 12 becomes a 2. I have an a squared and an a to the 4th. Remember, when you're dividing them, you subtract your exponents. And if the bigger number is in the denominator, that is where your term stays. So that becomes a squared, and that one goes away. So what I have left is 1, 1. I have a 35, and I have a y here and a y here. And on the bottom, I have a 5, a 2, a squared, and an x. So the only thing left that I can do is this 5 becomes a 1, and this 35 becomes a 7. So from here, you just multiply what you got left. I've got, change the color so you can see it, a 1, a 1, a y, a 7, a y, and then on the bottom, I've just got a 2, a squared, and an x. So all you do is multiply from here. And you still end up with a fraction in your final answer. All right, so we'll stop here at this video.